Stop treating chat as a brilliant AI that brings us closer to the singularity. It is absolutely not the case. Stop and realize the intrinsic limitation of chats and language models in general. Like DALL-E, it just predicts the most likely continuation of a text in reference to the corpus it has ingested. And I have the impression that a lot of people forget that here, able to do better than humans, and it will never be able to free itself from their cognitive biases, so it's absurd to think that a future GPT will be able to make scientific discoveries. For example, what happens with chat is that the developers have done some fine-tuning, i.e., too much bullshit considering the amount of bullshit humanity is capable of producing. But it obviously works moderately well because the task is titanic, and it is easily circumvented. Hello, DAN. Typically, I am much more impressed by AlphaGo Alpha Zero in terms of AI. The program is told the rules of a relatively simple game and is left to discover the principles of how to win at this game. We then find ourselves with a computer that starts to play in a superhuman way and surpasses us very quickly. This is the closest thing to the famous quest for a general artificial intelligence. This would consist in explaining to a computer the rules of the game of reality to make it acquire a representation of the world and to give it a goal to maximize within this framework. Much more complicated than playing chess, of course, as the problem of consciousness acquiring a representation of the world remains a philosophical enigma to this day. It remains a nice dream. It is not impossible, but probably as far away from us as colonizing the planets of Alpha Centauri. We will first have to see a certain number of major scientific advances before it becomes possible. The ChatGPT seems like it is AlphaGo, but instead of predicting the next best move in the game of Go, it predicts the next best segment of text to output. It's just a tool, albeit a powerful one. Humans utilizing these powerful tools will create unimaginable technologies in the near future. And I have the impression that a lot of people forget that here, most people here have no idea how this stuff works at all. It's wrong to assume that people here have an in-depth understanding of this tech.